Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Change of view in this one, and the lighting is so much better, so maybe I might need to start doing it like this, but sometimes when the sun's up it does come through and it would be right on my face now, but we'll see. But it's a bit plain and boring now in the background, but it's certainly better lighting. Anyway, the beer we are looking at is another one that I picked up today. Like I said, didn't have many beers left. Took a stroll to Stan's Superstore in St Martin's. Nothing in there took me fancy, and I went into St Martin's service station, and to be honest it was quite low in there. I was a little bit disappointed with what was there at the time, but I did find a couple to pick up. I've reviewed one, we are now doing the second one, and it's from Cloudwater, who are out of Manchester, and we are taking a look at their Super Happy Juicy Pale Ale. Yeah, and the light is still just as bad. You still get the light glaring on the bloody can. Juicy Pale Ale coming in at 5.3% in a 440ml can. Lovely artwork, do like that. Not had a massive amount from Cloudwater, if I'm honest. I think I've only maybe had, I've done a couple of their supermarket ones, which were pretty shocking, to be honest. And I've only done a couple, I think, of they're sort of like proper cans, if you like. Had a couple of beers in the pub as well of theirs, which have been decent. But yeah, we're taking a look at that one. Don't have a Cloudwater glass, so I'm going to bring out the old goldfish bowl for this one. So we're going to have a go at chucking it in there and seeing what we get. So let's get it cracked open and have a go at it. Hope you're well. Oh dear, it's got a bit lively. That's probably me flinging it around everywhere. Hope you're all well, had a good weekend. Don't know what the weather's like for everyone else in the country, but it's an odd one. Kind of started out all right today, a bit like yesterday really, and it absolutely bounced down. Later on, it's done the same today. It absolutely jucked it down. It really did. There's quite a little bit left in there. There is quite a bit left in there. We'll give the glass a bit of a tap, because it's a tricky old glass to clean, so we'll get the bubbles off. It's looking very murky, isn't it? It's looking very much like dishwater, to be honest, but that don't surprise me. I don't know what sort of colour you want to say that looks like. I don't know, a deep dirty orange, if you like. Not seeing any bubbles go up. We got quite a spacious finger and white head on top. I would have been hoping for something a little bit more sort of fluffy and creamy. Maybe that'll happen once this beer all gets poured in and settles down a bit. But yeah, there we go. Let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. Mango, citrus sort of notes in this. It looks, it's hard to see bloody anything with the hops. Can't really see. It's got oats in it, orangey, juicy. I was going to say actually mango, orange sort of aromas on it. Yeah, it's juicy, it's hoppy. I mean, it does what it says on the does what it says on the can, to be honest. So let's give the can a little bit of a swirl. Try and get bit more in there. I fully expected to haze up quite a bit more. If anything, it has hazed up. To me, looking at it, it's definitely gone a lot more orange. It still looks a bit sort of dark and dingy and dirty to you, but it's a bit more orange on my side. Anyway, stop waffling on. Cloudwater's Super Happy Juicy Pale, 5.3%, picked up from St Martin's service station. Cheers, everyone. This has got oats in. It says oats. I'm certain I saw oats, yeah. Go in again. My initial thought was this beer is thin, and pretty light, because that was just the boom. Oats in it, Cloudwater, proper beer from a thing. I was expecting maybe something a bit bigger. On second tasting, you get an oaty taste in there. The body isn't wishy-washy by no means. It's not massively thin, but it is quite light. I think saying it's light to drink would be the kindest kind of thing to say, and probably the most honest. Probably the most honest, really. It's not a heavy number, but it is quite light to drink. But it has got a bit of body there, and it does give it a nice soft feel. It feels like it gives it a soft feel to this beer. And me saying soft feel, it has got a nice mouth feel. It is soft, very low on carbonation. I'm not even sure I'm really picking anything up in there. Yeah, bubble wise, it's almost non-existent, if I'm honest. It's almost non-existent, them bubbles. It's the gentlest of tingles on your palate as you drink it. On the taste, orange, tangerine if you like, sweet orange. It's got a nice little sweet orange taste to it. You know, if you bite into an orange, I know they can be a little bit bitter and a little bit tart sometimes, but this has got that little sweet orange side, and that's where I think that's where I get the sort of mango thing coming in. I think mango has a sweetness to it. It has a similar kind of flavour to orange, but it has a sweetness to it. So yeah, I'm going to say it's orange. Of course it is. It's got to be. But there's a mango sort of sweetness to it, or a sweet orange tang to it. You get the hops in there. It drinks light. It goes down easy. Trying to suss if there's a little bit of maybe a little bit of pine in there as well, but not massively pronounced. It's just a little tickle in the background. You do get it alongside with the orange, but it just gives it a little bit of something extra. It goes down easy, 5.3%. You wouldn't think you were drinking a 5.3. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say you wouldn't get any inkling that you're drinking a 5.3% beer for me. Maybe some of you might go, well, actually you do get that, but I don't really think you do, because it's quite juicy on the front. Leaves a little bit of a bitterness on the back end. Excuse me for that burp as well. I do like it. I do like it. Now this was around, I don't know if I said this was, I bought 3 beers that come to £13.70 odd from St Martin's service station. One from Cloudwater, this one. One that I've just reviewed, which was from Verdant, and one from, I can't think of the other one. A new brewery to the channel. I can't even think who it was now. Something barrel. Can't think something barrel. Not double barrel. What is it? Let me have a look. Twisted Barrel. They're out of Coventry. Now, I don't know anything about their beer, so I don't know how much that would cost. But I know Cloudwater and Verdant, it would have to be around £4.55 for that. And I would say, although it's a nice beer and it's not horrendous, it's probably one of the, and you know, and it is a decent beer. I mean, even mentioning horrendous is a bit harsh, but I would say £4.50 to £5 for this. Although it's a nice beer, it does seem a tad overpriced. I think £4 would be a more reasonable sort of price. I'm not going to put that down to St Martin's service station, because I don't know whether anything's changed, but they told me the markup they put on their beers and that, and they are very generous with the markup they put on their beers. And I've always said before, they're very cheap for the beers you can pick up. They do very decent prices. So, I mean, that would probably come down to Cloudwater, what they're charging them. But yeah, £4.50 to £5, maybe a little bit overpriced. Was hoping for a little bit more from this. It's not as good as I was expecting, but it is still a decent beer. So yeah, Cloudwater Super Happy Juicy Pale. Nice beer. Don't expect a massively amazing beer, but it is a very decent beer. A little bit underwhelmed, but well worth picking up and having a go. It might, you know, just because it doesn't fulfill my sort of £4.50, £5 mark, it doesn't mean it won't do it to you. And it depends what you like. So yeah, give it a go. If you've had it, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed your weekend. Continue to enjoy your weekend. And Bazza, we'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.